love that video, man. Oh my gosh, it gets me amped up. What's up, Miss Deb Nixon and Mr. Ken Nixon? Love you guys too. You are some awesome, amazing people. And I know that you guys are going to be safe. I know you guys are going to be safe. So thank you guys for joining, especially on tonight. Those are two amazing leaders. You definitely want to connect with them. If they're sharing this on their page, just get back with them. They're just amazing individuals. They're sharing great content. They're here to support your goals and dreams. Get back with them. They're amazing. So everybody, today we're going to chat a little bit about this big topic called obsolete. Now, I have a short story to tell you. So I love technology. I'm a little bit of a techie person. And years ago, wow, man, I think about 8 years ago, I love divine favor. I love divine interactions. It's just something about them. It's just beautiful. So about 8 years ago, I was having a discussion with someone. At that time, I was working somewhere and I was sharing with them something about some electronics. And they saw this electronic device, and it was a nice Bose sound system, right? So it was a Bose sound system, a big speaker system where you would just drop your iPod. Yep, iPod, not iPhone, because iPhone wasn't rolling at that time. But you could drop your iPod in it, and it would just play music. And I love music. For those of you guys don't know, of course, I was a worship leader for an extended period of time. Love worship, love praise and worship, love music of all kinds, really. And it was just a beautiful, nice Bose sound system. About at that time, because I think it was about 8 years ago, like I said, it's probably more than that. I'm just being gentle with my years because I don't remember exactly. But at that time, maybe it was around $400, $500. Beautiful Bose sound system. I mean, it was beautiful. You drop the iPod in there, you're jamming to your music, you got your remote control, you can skip through your tracks, all of that good stuff. And it's just a beautiful speaker system that you could just plug in, use it. Now, at that time, Bluetooth, of course, wasn't as prominent. So that speaker wasn't compatible with Bluetooth connection. So you couldn't wirelessly connect to this device. You had to literally take the iPod and sit it in there and play the music. Nothing wrong with that. But at that time, it was a hot ticket item. I didn't buy the item. Someone bought it for me. It was like $400 or $500. The person bought it for me. A client bought it for me and gave it to me. Talk about divine favor, because it was definitely something that I loved and something that I enjoyed using. I love favor. Ooh, I love favor. Some things can't be purchased, but favor puts you in the place. I'm not even going to preach. So they bought it for me, and I got to enjoy it, and I'm still enjoying it. It actually still works. But unfortunately, when it comes to electronics, when it comes to certain things, at a certain point, it does become obsolete. It's not compatible with Bluetooth connection. It can't wirelessly connect with all of my other devices. So it's able to connect to just that one device. It's limited. It's obsolete. So it does collect a little extra dust because, of course, now I have Bluetooth speakers, right? I could connect wirelessly. I could be on the move. I could take the Bluetooth outside on the deck, relaxing outside, listening to music, jamming out to music. So there's some restrictions there because it's an obsolete device. It's an older device. It doesn't do as much as the new things do. It has restrictions. It has limitations. It's not able to perform like these new things perform. It's obsolete, especially with electronics. Over 8 years old. What? Oh my goodness. Over 8 years old? That is some aggressive years in electronics. Now think about this, because you know I'm going to flip it. You know I'm about to flip it. So with electronics, and even with information, the information we get, things that we learn about, even our degrees that we acquire. For those of you who don't know, I got 2 of them, leadership and management. Beautiful to have those degrees. But what's more important is the relationships that you glean as you go through that process. I'll talk about that another time. But those things become obsolete. Your degree becomes obsolete the moment you get it. The information you learn about money is usually obsolete from the moment you get it also, especially when you get it from someone who is not financially free, someone who is not tapping in to creating money in a certain way. Because guess what? Most people are giving you information because they're an employee or they're self-employed. They're giving you information that's obsolete or information that's in direct connection with them being an employee or you being self employed. Now, why is that important to know? Why is that important to know? Because it's based on your specific goals and dreams, it's based on your specific values. If you value financial freedom, if you value time freedom, you're going to want to get information that's not obsolete, and you're going to want to get information from this right side of the cash flow quadrant. I like that. Sounds like you're educating us on how obsolete our checking accounts are. Yep. I'm going to go there too, Miss Deb Nixon. I'm going to go there too. We'll talk about that too. Now, now that you mention that, let me mention this. I'm going to take this off the screen for a second. Miss Deb Nixon gonna help me preach tonight. She really is. I know she would. So one huge thing, I love Robert Kiyosaki. I'm a student of Robert Kiyosaki. He had a conversation. He was doing a presentation. He was live, doing his thing, teaching people all around the world, educating people all around the world. And if you don't know, he's the primary person that created and used that cash flow quadrant that I was just showing you. Employees on the left side, self-employed on the left side. All that means on the left side, you're exchanging time for money. On the right side, you're using a system or you're leveraging money to create cash flow, right? So both of those sides, nothing wrong with either side. So he's doing a conference, and I'm gonna leave that up because Ms. Deb Nixon helping me preach today. He's doing a live webinar, and he's talking about all of the advantages of being on that right side of the cash flow quadrant. But the person that was there had old information, obsolete information. And what did the person say? He or she stood up and said, "You can't do this here." And Robert Kiyosaki said, "What do you mean I can't do this here? I'm already doing this. I'm already benefiting from the right side of the cash flow quadrant. I'm already tapping into being a business owner and investor. Your information that you're trying to hold me to is obsolete. I'm already moving in this vein. I'm already tapping into what I'm sharing with you." So he let that person know, listen, I'm a real teacher. I'm not talking about something that I'm not actually doing. He said, listen, this is something we're doing. We're using these success principles. We're harnessing these wealth building strategies. We're not just talking about it. I love Robert Kiyosaki. So he got to the point and really just let the person know the benefits and things and advantages that we're talking about. I'm using them. So you can stay in that obsolete mindset as an employee or self-employed because there's certain restrictions as an employee and there's certain restrictions as being a self-employed individuals. Nothing wrong with any way you create cash flow. But on the right side is where you have a system that works for you or money works for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're tapping into a system that is not obsolete, that is harnessing the right side of that cash flow quadrant aggressively. You can tap into the B side and the I side all together by the tune of just acquiring an asset that puts money in your pocket, and boom, you're in the I side where money works for you. I did a live stream yesterday. I showed you how I'm getting rewarded, and I showed you what I'm doing with those rewards. I'm compounding them instead of spending them. I'm compounding them to operate in that I quadrant more and more aggressively. And me sharing this information of what I'm doing is me operating in the B side at the same time. Now let's talk more about obsolete. So I gave you that example. I got this beautiful Bose sound system. It's beautiful. It sounds wonderful. Still sounds awesome, but it is obsolete. Yeah, we got real talk, Miss Deb Nixon. You can help me preach. Go ahead. I know you about to drop some more dimes in there. So, and welcome everybody. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. So welcome LinkedIn community along with YouTube. So thank you for joining in. I know my LinkedIn community is getting LinkedIn or connected more and more with our live streams. So I talked about that Bose sound system. I love it. Still works. Of course, I put my iPod in it. Boom, boom, got the remote. But it's obsolete. It is obsolete. And there's so many people that are trying to create wealth with an old sound system. They're stuck in trying to connect it and put it in the bed and use a remote when there's Bluetooth available, when there's newer technology available, when there's a decentralized system available that doesn't restrict you or slow you down from using your money how you want to use it. Oh, my goodness. So let me tell you this. I'm reading this amazing book, and Dr. Dennis Kimbrough mentioned this. I just had to put this up. Unfortunately, you would be hard pressed to find a course in our educational system titled Wealth 101. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. If you do not know who Dr. Dennis Kimbrough is, please look him up immediately. He wrote this amazing, well, there's two amazing books. I have it here. I'm not going to grab it right now. Unfortunately, you would be hard pressed to find a course in our educational system titled Wealth 101. So where do people learn this information? Where do they find real teachers? Where do they find people that they could glean from? By default, we default to obsolete information. We default to what our parents have shown us. We have to gather new information. We have to expose ourselves to new viewpoints so that we can absorb that new information and move towards whatever financial goal and dream you have. I don't know what your goal and dream is. There's so many people right now within our organization, Wealth Builders Worldwide, who are harnessing what we're doing to get whatever dream or goal they have. They might have a goal to do some remodeling their home to help an elderly parent. Boom, they're doing that with the metaverse certificates. They're operating on that right side of the cash flow quadrant and allowing their money to go to work for them. There's people using those metaverse certificates to retire early because we have a simple system where you deposit those monies, deposit those funds, and let it work for you. And over time, you can retire with over $1 million over time, over the span of about 6 years. If you feel that that is too slow, let me know what your millionaire retirement plan is, and we can compare notes. Because we have the receipts now and we know we have something in our hands that does the job. Because there's another short video that we always share with Dr. Myron Golden where he walks you through how to tap into and harness the most powerful financial force called compound interest. And here we're harnessing compound rewards and we're using that and we are leveraging our money and putting our money to work. You will create cash flow one of two ways. No matter what you hear in this video today, tonight, this afternoon, you will leave this video and you're going to create cash flow one of two ways. You're going to either exchange your time or you're going to tap into leveraging a system or using your money in a leverage system. Those are the two options. There's no other legal way to create income. Either you exchange your time, which are there on the right side, or excuse me, the left side of the cash flow quadrant, or you're on the right side where you're tapping into a beautiful financial principle called leverage. Those are the only two options. So when you leave this video today, tonight, this afternoon, you will participate in the system or you will be part of the leverage, because when you tap into a business system, there's an organizational chart. You can be part of that organizational chart or you can tap into leveraging that organizational chart. It's up to you. So once again, the choice is yours. You will participate in one of those two ways. So we have an opportunity here, and we continue to share it with everybody on the sound of our voice. Move away from obsolete ideas. Miss Deb Nixon talked about the banking system. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said, hey, listen, there's not even a wealth 101 in our educational system. I'm not going to get into why that is or how that is or if it's on purpose or if it is done in a malicious way. We got to bootstrap. We got to find an environment where we can learn and earn and move our mindset out of a poverty mindset and move our mindset into a wealth building mindset. And that is exactly what our Wealth Builders Worldwide family is doing. You saw a short clip of a live event in Dubai, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to see us all over the world. We're already starting a bunch of live events, and the world tours will be kicking off. You're going to see global dates. You're going to see global events all over the world. And I love this quote from Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. I think I'm gonna end right here. Riches are lying everywhere for the observant eye. Woo! Riches are lying everywhere for the observant eye. You know, I'm ecstatic about being in that right side of the cash flow quadrant. And I'm ecstatic about making my money go get more money, because I know that's a wealth building principle. Have the money, go make more money. I say, hey, good job, money. And I told him, go back, get some more, bring some more back next week. Every 7 days, we're getting rewarded here. Every 7 days when you participate in this amazing business called GS Partners. Get back with the person sharing this information with you. All we're going to do is help you move to the right side of the cash flow quadrant, tapping into leveraging your money as an investor where you're not recruiting anyone, or tapping into creating a system or tapping into an existing system, because Wealth Builders Worldwide, over 10 years old, has a system in place that's already creating millionaires. We have a system in place that is already creating millionaires. So you don't have to guess here. You just have to connect to an existing system. Or if you have an abundant mindset, you'll do both. You'll tap into letting your money work for you and tap into leveraging this amazing business system. So get back with the person sharing this information with you. Do not allow yourself to be stuck with an obsolete idea. I gave you the example of the Bose sound system that I'm enjoying still, but it is obsolete. It doesn't have Bluetooth. It doesn't have all the new features. It doesn't do all the same new things. And our metaverse certificates absolutely harness millionaire rates of rewards so that you can be empowered to move to that right side of the cash flow quadrant and harness it to go towards your financial goals and dreams. Early retirement, whatever goals you have, paying off the house, debt freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. I don't know what your goal is, but get back with the person sharing this content with you, especially for my YouTube followers, along with everyone on LinkedIn. Go straight to ywinincome.com. It's scrolling at the bottom. Get your free registration completed. This is a self-directed account, and you'll be able to move towards your financial freedom however you want to. If you want to just use your money to create more money, do that. If you want to do both, having a business system that works for you and have your money work for you, do both. That's fine. Or either or, pick or choose. Hey, we're a wealth mindset here, so we know a lot of people will go ahead and do both. So thank you for your time. I'm going to share one more graphic because we are serious about this goal about creating 50,000 millionaires. We don't even have to guess how it's going to be done. You get a metaverse certificate and you choose to compound your weekly and monthly rewards to the tune of about 6 years, and boom, you have an opportunity there to retire with over $1 million. We will create over 50,000 millionaires. Will you be one? Get back with the person sharing this content with you so that you can find out how you can participate in Project 50K, which I'm already participating in. Look at my prior video and you can see the live rewards that I was walking everyone through, and what I choose to do with them is compound. Let the money go create more money. Thank you for your time, everyone. Get back with that person who's sharing this content with you.